Hey, it's Tony talking car biz. Today, the interior overview on this brand new 23 Toyota Corolla hybrid all-wheel drive. Hey, this is the second of two videos. There's an interior and an exterior. Link at the end of this one for the exterior video. But in today's video, I'm just going to slide inside and show you all the interior features on the hybrid Corolla for 2023. Let's get started on the driver's door for the hybrid Corolla LE. So it's an all black door panel, including the door handle. A lot of Toyotas have chrome or silver door handles, but this one they went with just the black. So gotta say it is a little generic looking. It does have a fabric padded armrest, automatic up and down on your power windows, door locks, power mirrors. There's a pocket down here that'll hold a bottle and also a speaker in the door, but just really just a functional door with covering the basics. As far as the driver's seat or the seating, these are all fabric seats, reclining bucket seats with height adjustable headrest, height adjustable seat belts. They also have side impact airbags built right into the seats. The LE edition has a manual seat, so manual forward, backwards, manual recliner, and then it also has this handle here which allows you to raise the seat up, so it does have a height adjustment on the seat. Your trunk release is going to be down here. We've got our dimmer switch for our dash lights, automatic high beams, so it does have automatic high beams and also automatic on and off for your headlights. Gas door release is here, and the gas door is on the driver's side. Here's your tilt and telescoping steering wheel, dead pedal, hood release, brake and accelerator right where you'd expect them. Let's go ahead and grab a seat. So behind the wheel of the Corolla, there is a lot of room up front for the front driver, front passenger. I basically have my camera up against my nose just to give you a true perspective. Sunroof's not available on the hybrid LE edition, so it does have really good headroom up front. Take a look at our steering wheel. This is a vinyl steering wheel, so it's not leather wrapped, it's not heated. Do have, of course, the driver's side airbag. Controls over here for our cruise control, dynamic radar cruise control, lane tracing assist, and settings here for our sound system to change the stations. Over on this side, these are the controls for the fuel computer, the information center. That's going to be up here. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. Bluetooth connectivity for your smartphone is standard, voice activation, and then volume for the sound system. I did want to show you the amount of legroom down here just to give you a sense of that. So I've got the seat all the way back. I would not be able to drive it with the seat all the way back. If you're a 6-footer, I think you're going to be just fine. I would say that the Corolla is probably better suited for people with smaller bodies like mine. Take a look at our gauge cluster. So this is an area where I think Toyota went backwards on for the hybrid. So the Corolla hybrid before used to have basically a computer screen. It was much more upscale than this. Now the gauge cluster is the same as a gas edition, in spite of the fact that it does have the hybrid power plant. So let's take a look over here. We've got remote keyless entry, part of the convenience package here, and push button start. So if we put our foot on the brake, we can go ahead and start it up and take a look at the gauge cluster. By the way, that's a new chime that Toyota has for 2023. Toyotas are probably the most beepy cars on the marketplace. They're always chiming and beeping about something. You'll hear me complain about that if you subscribe to the channel. So this is more of a generic gauge cluster. In fact, they used to actually have a silver bezel around the speedometer that really made it look nice and rich. This just looks really generic to me. It's a white on black backlit screen, really functional with your tach and your temperature gauge over here, your speedometer, fuel gauge over here, but not really too flashy, if you will. And then we do have the ability, using the controls right here on the steering wheel, to toggle through some of those settings. So there's a digital speedometer, outside temperature is there, there's your fuel computer. Here's where you can start checking your eco score, if you will. So there's a variety of things in here that you can kind of toggle through, including setting up the safety sense to your personal likings. It doesn't always show up really well on this camera, so stop by the dealer and take a look at it. But I will say this is a little bit of a downgrade in my opinion versus the 2022 model. Heading over to the center section, the multimedia section. So this is new for 2023. Toyota is now developing all their own software and hardware for their vehicles, and so now for 2023 there used to be 4 switches on this side and then 4 more over here and another dial over here, but as you can see they're gone for 2023. There's only one, and that's this one right here, and that's because the system is now more responsive to your touch inputs than it was last year. Not going to be able to demonstrate the entire system for you because it does get set up and subscriptions get set up for the first owner, but I wanted to point out that we have some great audio features. Of course, we have AM and FM. We also have Sirius satellite radio, so you can set that up. By the way, you get 3 months of the Platinum subscription service with that. And we do have wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it is Alexa compatible on the 2023s. So it's a good system. You can run your navigation off of your phone through there as well if you want. This is all like a gloss black trim. It looks nice. It does pick up fingerprints and shows the dust a little bit more, but I think it gives it a nice upscale look. As far as your heating and air conditioning, we do have automatic temperature control, driver's side only. We have front window defrost, rear window defrost, and this button also turns on the heating elements in the outside mirror. So if you've got ice or snow out there, they will get defrosted off there. I do want to show you the backup camera, so I'm going to switch into reverse just to give you a sense of how clear it is. It's bigger and more clear than its predecessor. It does not have path projection, and there's only one view to the LE hybrid, but it does, again, hits all the sweet spots, covers the basics really nice. Moving down to the center console, throw on a little light down here so you can see what I'm looking at. So there is a storage compartment right here. There's no wireless charging for your phone. You do get 2 of the keyless remotes. For 2023, the USB port has been converted to a USB-C port, and they do have the option, if you're looking for a faster charge, you can pay extra. I think it's $70 to get the phone cables for quick charge. This one, of course, has those. Down in front of the shifter, here's our drive mode controls, traction controls, and our EV mode controls. Now the EV mode, just keep in mind, that's not for driving out on the roadway. It's for super slow traffic, or super slow driving, like in a parking garage or something like that. It's really handy if you're in the car and you're listening to a podcast and you pull in your garage and you don't want the engine running. You can hit that and it will run on electric mode only while you're parked in the garage. As far as the shifter, this is kind of a rubbery shifter. It's a nice feel, but it's not leather wrapped. Don't know if that matters. Doesn't matter to me all that much. But and again, the center area here is somewhat generic in styling. It does have the black gloss black trim and has a little bit of satin silver here. Usually on the Corollas, like on most Corollas, this satin silver finish is on your door handles, but turns out they didn't do that on here. Now for 2023, this whole area here is a little bit redesigned. This is actually squared off right here so you can drop your smartphone. Again, no wireless charging. It's big enough for 2 cup holders, and then you got your brake hold and your parking brake. By the way, the Corolla does have an electronic parking brake as well as electronic power steering. Take a look at the center armrest. It is covered with fabric, padded, pretty comfortable. It's a very, very small storage area here, but I want to let you know there's 2 different, there's a USB-C port right here, and then there's a 12-volt outlet right there as well, and there's little cable channels here that allow you to run your cables out. So up front you have a total of 3 different places to plug in your things. Over here, passenger assist grip. There are side curtain airbags. Up top we've got vanity mirrors. These are not lit on the LE edition, but we also have visor extensions on the LE edition. So some of the little things like lighted vanity mirrors have gone away on the LE edition. This part of the overhead console has changed. It's just a new lighting system. So now they have LED lights Safety Connect, if you need roadside assistance, you push that button and Toyota will help you with that. And then we've got a traditional or old school day-night mirror, no garage door openers. So the up front, it does really cover all the basics really nicely. They just kind of, in my opinion, went more with a generic by changing out the gauge cluster, getting rid of the silver trim that most Corollas have on it. Here's a look up front from the back seat. You can see it is really pretty spacious up there. Of course, I mentioned no sunroof in here. These headrests do add a little visibility issues when sitting in the back seat, but not sure you can do a whole lot about that. There is an overhead lamp. This is an LED light. For 2023, I do like the fact that they added USB-C charging ports, and I like the where they put them. In other models, they're way down there. It makes no sense. On the Corolla hybrid, it's up here, so you can plug in 2 devices in the back seat. There are no pockets on the backs of these seats. There are pockets on the doors and padded armrest. There's a coat hook, side curtain airbags, 3 seat belts back here, child safety anchors in the seats as well, a folding armrest with cup holders, so that's nice. I like the fact that it rests on the seat, so when people get out, a lot of cars have them up like this, and then all of a sudden a bigger person goes to get out and they push off on it and snap. I like the fact that they rest it on the seat, so you don't have to worry about that. No pockets on the backs of these seats. I think I might have mentioned that. And I wanted to show you the leg room. So this seat right now is all the way back, and you can see the leg room. It's pretty tight, but not too bad. I could ride back here to Chicago, that type of trip. I don't think I would want to ride all the way back here to Florida unless I was a little kid, but it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and jump in the trunk. Before jumping into the trunk, I did want to show you the deck lid and how it opens up out of the way. So hopefully that'll help prevent you from bonking your head on it. The deck lid itself is insulated, and then this is an emergency release handle. If somebody gets stuck in the trunk, it's glow in the dark. Nice safety feature. The lift over is nice and low, and I think there's room in the back here for 2 sets of golf clubs. Of course, you can always drop the seats down, which is what I've done. So 40% or 60% or 100%. There is a cargo light back here. The floor itself is not completely flat. Actually, it kind of drops down on the sides over here. This part's flat. And then underneath here, the hybrid Corolla has a fix-a-flat system, so no spare tire. The gas edition actually has a spare tire. Underneath this styrofoam, let's see if I can lift this up with one hand. It's not heavy, it's just hard to get a hold of. So underneath there, what that is that's the electric cables that are coming back to power the all-wheel drive. So the rear wheels, as an all-wheel drive, they're actually powered by an electric motor, and those cables are providing power to those motors. So that's a quick interior overview on the Corolla Hybrid 23 all-wheel drive. Hey, be sure and watch for a link at the end of this video for the exterior overview. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Feel free to share it out if you know somebody who might be in the market for one. And of course, I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel. So thanks for watching. This is Tony talking car biz. Have a good one.